Welcome everyone to the Csfl media team as we take a closer look at Season 9 Week 2 games.
Tigers vs. Cobras. Tigers 0-1 after a close loss to the Dragons. Scoring 34 points, they still showed great offensive skills led by QB Clay Sharp and running back Nick Moon. Future looks bright for the Tigers. Cobras won big last week against the Werewolves, scoring 37 points. QB John Jordan looked like a brand new man under center and looked comfortable leading them to a win as the Cobras QB. Do the Cobras finally find their QB?
Rhinos vs. Dragons. Rhinos lost last week and are in danger of going 0-2 to start the season, only scoring 17 points after averaging almost 40 points a game in Season 8. Can the Rhinos bounce back in their home opener and get back on their offensive powerhouse ways against a strong Dragons secondary? Dragons' W.R. Barry Perkins had a legendary performance against the weak Tigers secondary. Dragons are sticking with Season 3 championship-winning QB Eric Watson, and they look to get their revenge as the Rhinos beat them last season in the semifinals.
Monsters vs. Gorillas. Gorillas upset the Rhinos and shut them down offensively, and that's no easy task. Gorillas are much improved and have a chance to go 2-0 to start Season 9. Gorillas are ranked first for rushing yards and second for total defense and look to shock the CSFL community here again against the new Monsters. Monsters looked really strong and beat the Piranhas last week. They started QB the Hot Rod Akea Rodney Green, and he played at a very high level. Is this still QB Serge Robertson's team, or did the Hot Rod take it over? Who will the Monsters start and how well they play will tell us all we need to know against a high-ranked defense in the Gorillas.
Gators vs. Piranhas. Oh, those mastermind Gators are really putting things all together nicely. Week 1 was a great example of that. QB Thomas Brown didn't play like hot garbage, he played like a champion versus the Scorpions and proved he can hang with the best. Gators are at home in Week 2 and look to get an early win streak going, but the Piranhas are no pushover. Piranhas lost to the Monsters and looked questionable at times. They are ranked 10th in points per game and ranked 6th for rushing yards, led by running back Clint White, who is looking to fill the massive shoes of the Hall of Fame running back Willie Burnside's Akea Willie Wiggles. The Piranhas will really have to pull out all the tricks on the Rayod early in order to beat this well-put-together team.
Demons vs. Scorpions. Now here's a crazy matchup. Both teams I thought would have been 1-0 but both lost and now face each other early in Week 2. Demons look bad and are ranked 16th for points and 16th for passing yards. With that many offensive weapons, it's hard to imagine. Demons look to bounce again with QB Eric Bell, or will they start newly acquired QB Mark Andrews? Anything is possible at this point. Scorpions go with veteran and two-time champion QB Gene and Graham Akea Father Time. Amazing performance proving that he's still got it. Scorpions are ranked first in the league in Week 2 for total offense and second in passing yards, but it's their defense that lost them the game last week. Ranked 13th in total defense and 14th in passing yards allowed. Can the Scorpions' weak secondary be able to stop the Demons' high-powered offense? Looks like a good old classic shootout CSFL style in the making here in Week 2.
Blue Jays vs. Vipers. Vipers dominated the Demons, only allowing 6 points, and now have the first-ranked defense going into Week 2. Vipers also ranked 5th in the league for rushing yards, led by running back Gary Mason. QB Corey Moore has a championship or bust approach to Season 9. Corey Moore has now led his team to 4 of championship appearances but has only captured 1 trophy for his franchise. Is this the year the Vipers win their second CSFL championship? Blue Jays rookie QB Mike Archer looked like a seasoned veteran out there versus a strong Wildcats defense. Ranked 3rd in total points and tied for 2nd place for points per game, the Blue Jays clearly have no troubles moving the ball. Also have the first-ranked rushing defense here in Week 2, only allowing 21 total yards rushing on the ground versus the Wildcats. New head coach John Perez will have his hands full going up against the league's best in the Vipers.
Bears vs. Wildcats. Wildcats QB Pat Hall of Fame Pat, really exploded offensively and showed us all why he's got the starting job. Wildcats are ranked first for passing yards and second for total offensive yards. Wildcats' running game get forgotten about or abandoned. Ranked 16th in rushing yards, they look to get a good test run against a strong defensive front that allowed 189 rushing yards last week against a rookie running back. The Bears lost in a close battle versus the Wolverines and are ranked 12th in the league for total offensive yards. Bears are also ranked 3rd in the league for Week 2 for total defense yards allowed and ranked 2nd for pass defense. So it's hard to tell if it's a good team playing bad or a bad team that shows slight promises of hope. Also, to add to the troubled Bears, they are matching up against the Wildcats, who they have never beat in franchise history. Will the Bears get their first win against the Wildcats, or will they fall to 0-9 record all-time versus the Wildcats?
Werewolves vs. Wolverines. Werewolves lost to the Cobras last week in a really close game. Werewolves are ranked 4th in the league for rushing yards, lead by running back Chris Jones. Werewolves had the #1 ranked defense last season but couldn't stop QB John Jordan of the Cobras and are now ranked 8th for passing yards allowed. Werewolves look to get back on track for their home opener versus the Wolverines and plan to stop rookie running back Johnny Romulo. You think they can do it? Wolverines played great last week, ranked 2nd best for offensive rushing yards, lead by rookie sensation Johnny Romulo. Johnny Hollywood Romulo. Wolverines beat the Bears last week and QB William Tyler didn't have to do much to come away with the win. I believe the Werewolves will be more of a challenge for the Wolverines and will be a true test to see what the rookie running back can do.
That was awesome.
YouTube us at CSFL TV. From the CSFL media team. Enjoy the games.
Thanks for listening. Good night.